Let's see. Well, welcome. We are live from Laguna Beach, and thanks for joining me today. Um, so for those of you who haven't met me or know what I do or how I got into doing functional medicine, I just thought I'd share with you a little bit about my background. So I went into emergency medicine, and one of the things that influenced me about going into emergency medicine was that was in my first year of medical school. I was 17. I was back. I came home, and I was on a break, and my parents took me out to this outdoor venue, which was in St. Louis, like an outdoor theater with a play. And there was somebody in the back who collapsed. A man had collapsed, and they kind of bolted up, stood up, and I was just frozen there. And my mother's yelling at me, "Go! You're in med school. You know what to do. Go help them." And I didn't know what to do. So I never wanted to feel like that again. And so that was one of the factors of reason why I went into emergency medicine. And I still enjoy doing that and practicing that, saving lives. But what has been happening now is that there's a lot of chronic illnesses, and people with chronic illnesses, and I'll never forget this. I had one who had this multi-system failure, and we saved him. And he woke up and he was like, "Why did you save me? My quality of life was so poor. I didn't want to continue." And I felt bad, but usually people are thankful. And there are many people come into the emergency room who fall ill, and there's a lot of preventative measures that I share with them. And what I want to do is share with you today about how to stay healthy. Well, during this holiday season, people are rushing around. They're trying to meet their deadlines and getting, just worrying about getting projects done, packing in time for their trip, buying all the gifts, wrapping the gifts, getting the food ready, cooking, things like that. So it's very important to try to relax, take a little break. And people are always saying, "What is this thing about?" And it seems like when I rush around and I'm stressed and I'm running around, I never get ill. But as soon as I relax and I go on vacation, I become ill. Well, it's called the letdown effect, and it's a true phenomenon that occurs. And one of the things, though, to avoid this that I want to share with you is that when you're stressing, you need to take a little mental break. Do yoga. I know some of you don't like yoga, but meditate. You can do meditation or a simple one, even if when you do 30 seconds in the day. So if you could do this with me, you just breathe in and then breathe out. Take a deep breath in. And do that for 30 seconds even throughout the day. And you can just feel the calmness, and you can just feel a little bit more relaxed, and that will de-stress you. Because what's happening with stress, you're letting out you're producing a lot of catecholamines, you're getting a lot of glucocorticoids and prostaglandins, which all of these things will actually cause some latent viruses in your body to be reactivated. That's how you end up with a cold sore, or you get a cold, or if you have Epstein-Barr, or if you have MS, or you have fibromyalgia, or rheumatoid arthritis, or you have any inflammatory or illness or autoimmune, you'll have a flare-up, and you'll have it on vacation and not during those stressful periods. So if you're one of those people who don't want to be bothered with the deep breathing and meditation and can't possibly do, and you're type A and you're just going to go, 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 then I have one other tip for you for that, is that what you do is that you cannot go from 100 to 0, because you're going to get the letdown effect. What you need to do is continue to go, go, go. You will do some workouts, intense workouts, spread them out throughout the day. That'll keep the physical stressors up. But then the mental, you're going to do some difficult, if you remember your calculus, do some calculus problems. Or if you don't know your calculus, then try to do it under the gun. Play chess under a time limit. do a crossword puzzle. Any mental activity that gives you a mental stress, that it simulates what you've been going through. So 2, you just need to do, and you do it throughout the day. I don't know. So throughout the day, then that's one thing that you can do. The other key thing is hydration. And I know that usually when people are under stress, and that what they're doing is that they're actually, they'll wake up, have 2 cups of coffee, and that has diuretics. So you're losing your water, you're not hydrating yourself. And at the end of the day, you want to wind down, you're having your couple of glasses of wine, and that's also a diuretic. And so you're dehydrating yourself. And the immune system needs hydration. Your little mitochondria, they all need hydration. They need fluids to work at their best. Otherwise, they're like crawling through the desert and saying, it's dry, I can't fight this battle. And they're trying to fight all these viruses off, and they're all dehydrated, and they're crawling in the desert and trying to fight them off. You need to take 16 ounces of water in the morning. You need to take, and take some vitamins, some vitamin C, your fruit, things like that to stay hydrated. The other things, tips of hydration that I have, because I'm not really good technically. This is my high-tech slides, so sharing them with you. So you can do 8 ounces of water every 2 hours, and chicken broth is really good, or chicken soup. So do you remember that they say that mothers say to take chicken soup? It's true, because amino acids and the mineral, they support your immunity. They're anti-inflammatory. It flushes out the mucus buildup. Or if you do have a cold already, you're going to take hot water with honey, lemon, and cinnamon. Helps reduce it. Putting garlic and ginger in your chicken broth also helps to boost the immunity, because they are both inflammatory and supports the immune system. So hydration is one of number one things. So when you're traveling in the flights and the plane, it's very dehydrating because of the air. And why do we end up getting more viruses in the winter or when we're traveling? Because we're in closed spaces, encountering more people, getting exposed to more viruses is a possibility. Also, the other thing is when you're exposed to the viruses, I mean, obviously it's easier for you to catch if your immune system is down and you're dehydrated. So when you're traveling, flying, make sure you drink lots of fluid. The other thing that I was going to say is that when you're, the humidity in the wintertime is low. So when the humidity is lower, then the viruses hang in the air longer. When they hang in the air longer, you're more at risk for inhaling them and catching something. So traveling and just being aware of that. So if you're on the planes, you may want to disinfect the surface of the tabletops, the seat buckles, and whatever you're going to be touching. Disinfect it. Make sure the food you put in there is wrapped in dirt. You're not going to put food there and eat it again. Sitting on the aisle side is actually more risky, because people coming back from the bathrooms, you don't know how well their etiquette is about hand washing, and they're touching the tops of the chairs. The vents on the air, when it's blowing on you, also because it's recirculated air, they have a very good system in their filtration system, but you don't want it blowing on you directly. If you feel uncomfortable wearing masks, you can actually wear a scarf and wrap it around, so it kind of just limits the virus bolus, especially if somebody's sitting in the row behind you who is sick. So your 3 feet is about the area that you're still going to get exposure to. So someone back in the plane you're not worried about, but the row behind you and 2 seats over, those are the people that you want to know and be wary of. The other thing is staying well rested. You want to sleep. The more sleep that you get, the better your immune system functions. The studies have shown that if you have less than 7 hours of sleep, then you are 4 times more likely to catch something. So you want to really make sure that you stay well rested. Some of the herbs and things and supplements that can help you, to stay healthy during the season: vitamin C. So if you're taking your fruits and vegetables, you're going to get vitamin C. Your vegetables, your green leafy, is going to be your B vitamins, but I'll get to that. So vitamin C, echinacea can help to, if you've already caught it, elderberry. Oregano is really good. I use this biocidin, which has oregano, if I feel like I get catching something, or aloe vera that I actually sell here at the office. But and zinc and vitamin D. So I make my boys take zinc and vitamin D, especially during the winter months. And what I was saying about foods is that, also eating healthy. So people always says, yeah, I eat healthy. And that means, oh, I didn't have the candy bar today and I didn't have a piece of cake or that cookie, but that's not healthy. Healthy is actually where you eat your fruits and vegetables. You're having more fruits, getting that vitamin C, the antioxidants to help you stay healthy. You're getting 6 cups of vegetables a day, and the vegetables, especially leafy greens, have that I said is the vitamin B's, which helps the mitochondrions actually be active and the pathway to help you produce your energy. So you want to have that. And so in terms of being healthy, what I would always say to avoid is, okay, so you're going to avoid the processed fast food. So fruits are fast and vegetables are fast that you can munch on, and celery, things like that. Because the processed foods don't carry nutrition that are going to support your immune system, and they can be toxic. So food, I always say, is either slow poison, or food is medicine. Also, you don't want a lot of refined sugars, because it's going to turn in refined grains, because it's turn into sugars that can weaken your immunity and encourage the inflammation. Again, sugars also, so you're going to avoid that, because they don't help your white cells. They actually weaken them, and they can't fight off infections. So you want to watch out for, if you're thinking fruit juice is going to be good, make sure it's not with added sugars. And then conventional dairy, you're going to have problems with congestion if you're already having a cold. So you want to avoid that. So anytime taking all of that, you're going to avoid. So I don't know what's my thought. So we just talked about foods. We talked about all my tips on that to stay healthy. And what were my other thoughts that I was going to share with you? I think my final things basically is that, obviously stress is one thing. And so if you're going to add on to the fact that you're stressing about whether or not you have to pack in extra clothes, have to have padding, whether or not you're going to laugh at that movie that's on the plane and leaking, and if the person next to you is going to smell it or not. So you want to reduce that stress. I have a new revolutionary device here that can help you. And what it is that if you don't want to take medications, you don't want to use the devices that you have to insert, or you don't want to have surgery and have the downtime, have to recover from that, there is this the Emsella, which is high intensity electromagnetic frequency, which will have you do contractions in the pelvic floor. It's just a tingling sensation, lasts 28 minutes. You end up doing about 11,200 Kegels in that 28 minutes. Is minimum of 6 treatments. Some people may need more. And then you're leak free, and you can sleep through the night. You can do that round of golf without having to take a pit stop, or you can go shopping without having to look where the next bathroom is. And right now I'm offering this special promotion for you and a friend, which is 40% off. So come in, give it a try. I'll do it's a consults are complimentary for the Emsella. And if you want to make a schedule appointment, you go to AnitaWongMD.com. And if you have more questions or want to talk to me, schedule yourself, go to the website, schedule yourself a complimentary phone consult, or email me your questions. So I don't know, I see that there were some people, I don't know if there was any questions, but hopefully answered. Yes, we talked about that less humidity. No, so we talked about the lower the humidity, actually the viruses do hang around. It seems odd, but that's what happens. And then you just have more exposure to it. But that's it. And I hope you have safe travels. Have a wonderful holiday and a healthy holiday. Take care.
Good job.